What's good, family? Strat here from Strategic Audio, back again with a new beat making, sample making video. And first off, let me apologize for the sound of my voice. If it sounds funny, I'm just trying to fight off a cold, but I'm still here to try to do something cool for you today. I received a suggestion in the comments to do a composition inspired by the late great Nipsey Hussle, so that's what today is about. I took inspiration from a track called Blue Laces 2 off his 2018 project Victory Lap, because the energy of that track really spoke to me. Now, if you enjoy this type of content, as usual, please consider subscribing and leaving a like on the video. It really is a tremendous help, and I thank you so much. Okay, now let's jump right in. Going to start with a simple Rhodes electric piano chord progression in E minor at a BPM of 77. So we're just keeping it simple. 3 basic chords. It starts with the E minor 7th, then the B minor 7th, and ends on the C major 7th. I always like to add a few melodic parts like here and here and here while I'm playing the chords, rather than just sustain them out. Makes it more interesting. Keeping the effects minimal as per usual, since this track is meant to have that real instrument energy, kind of like one of those luxury type beats. So simple EQ, a basic compressor, even note the dynamics of the performance, basic reverb, and cymatics origin for a little bit of a vintage touch. Alright, so now let's layer the Rhodes with an organ. Nice soulful organ, nothing much more I need to say here. Again, just simple EQ, reverb, compression. Now I think it's appropriate to add another layer that follows the main chords, but with a different timing or perhaps cadence. Let's grab a piano, maybe a grand piano sound. So like I said, essentially the same chords but different timings. You have your E minor to start, then you have your B minor here, and the C major just gets left out because it's unnecessary. I made the choice to play it sparsely as well, because at this point I don't want the composition to start to get too busy. Alright, time to add some bass. So this bass basically just follows the main chord structure, but the way I played it gives it both rhythm and melody. Okay, in terms of this next element, and this is for no specific reason, I'm just feeling it because it's inspired by something similar that's in the Nipsey Hussle track. I'm gonna add it here now, but I don't think that this is going to be part of the main arrangement. I think this is going to be a secondary melody that will come in at certain points. So that's just a little bit of air candy that we can keep low in the mix or use as an alternate melody somewhere else in the arrangement. Truth is, you can add lots of different counter melodies to your beats and samples and still leave space for the artist, but the thing is not to have them all playing at the same time. Practice making different arrangements. Allow the composition, the beat, the sample, whatever, to have different sections where some elements pop in for maybe a bar or two while others disappear. Alright, time now to kind of go a little bit overboard. To try to make this even more luxurious, I'm going to layer the main chord structure one more time in a way, but this time with trumpets. So I want to give these chords a different feel from the main kind of voicing, the main kind of energy. So I'm going to take the third note in each chord and invert it 1 octave up. And by third, what I mean is this is your root, this is your third, this is your fifth, and that's your seventh. You just highlight, control, up arrow, and that's what you get. Alright, so now I'm going to add one more melodic element, and this one is optional. I feel like I might be bordering on overkill, but this idea is inspired by the actual Nipsey Hussle track, which had some vocals on it, so I'm going to add some vocals here. And you might say, of course it had vocals on it, it's a song with Nipsey rapping, but that's not what I mean. I mean, as part of the beat, there was a vocal sample, or perhaps it was background vocalist. But the point is, it was used more as a musical instrument than the actual substance of Nipsey being the lyricist on top of the track. Okay, let's get some drums on this now. Okay, I've had an opportunity to mix and arrange the tracks, so let's give it a listen from the top. Okay, family, thank you so much for watching and for helping me to achieve the milestone of 1,000 subs. I know it's not a whole lot, and I know they're saying not to get caught up in what they call vanity metrics, but I really feel here we're building a cool community of music makers and music lovers. To celebrate, I'm going to do 50% off all premium packs on my website for the next 48 hours. If you're interested, the melodic composition from today's beat is available as a free download sample in the description, minus the vocal, because the VST that vocal was added with the end user license agreement does not, or maybe I should say is not clear on whether or not it is permitted for that use. It is permitted for the use of compositions, but the way I do it, I would also be sending the stem and their language, or whether or not you're allowed to send the stem of something made by their product isn't very clear, and I usually prefer to stay on the side of the license agreement. Any sample makers out there, my advice to you, and I think I might make a whole video on this, make sure you read the end user license agreement so that if you're selling, distributing, or otherwise giving out loops and samples made with these VSTs, that you're in compliance with the legal terms. And it's as simple as that. I've heard of horror stories where people's products got taken off the internet because of that very thing. So read up and watch out. Anyway, thanks again, and peace and blessings until the next video.